Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Prince Albert police have confirmed the identity of a 14-year-old missing girl whose body was found during a search last week. Police found the remains of Peyton Flett on Thursday in the 300 block of 40th Street East as part of the investigation into her disappearance. Flett was reported missing on June 30th. An autopsy conducted today confirms the remains were Flett's. The Prince Albert Police Service's Major Crimes Unit is investigating the circumstances of Peyton Flett's death. Anyone with information on her disappearance or her death are asked to contact police. The Saskatchewan Public Safety Agency, Prince Albert Grand Council and Meadow Lake Tribal Council have taken a new step to collaborate on wildfire preparedness, prevention, response and recovery. A memorandum of understanding was signed on Tuesday. It establishes a framework for First Nations leadership and knowledge to help inform wildfire planning and strategy in Saskatchewan. The agreement includes a commitment to regular engagement between the SPSA, PA Grand Council and Meadow Lake Tribal Council leadership before and after each wildfire season. Collaboration will include federal involvement with Indigenous Services Canada and the Canadian Forest Service. The Saskatchewan government is putting out a request for bids on a range of tactical gear for the Marshals Service. The list includes sniper rifles, night vision goggles, sound cannons, and ballistic helmets. The NDP says the request appears to go beyond the Marshals' scope of duties. The Marshals say no equipment has been purchased yet, but the costs have been factored into the existing budget. It adds whatever is bought will depend on various needs. All right, Jeff, we were promising kind of mid to high 20s. Is that still sticking around at least till the weekend?
I think so. Right now, that seems to be the forecast model that is consistent in that respect. But right now, we're dealing with temperatures that are really quite warm, particularly down in southern Saskatchewan. You know, a little cooler as we make our way north. And as you can see, once again, we're back to those paintbrushes, or I'm not sure you call them bingo daubers. You're just sort of fooling the radar. So it's a bit of a trick there. But ultimately, what we've got going on is some isolated showers as we make our way into the evening. Right now, there's a big portion of Alberta and Saskatchewan that, the risk for non-severe thunderstorms is there. So something might pop up, but it doesn't look like there's a big organized storm system that's coming our way. So things are looking pretty good.
We're getting more information about the unusual rescue Friday night in a Saskatoon storm sewer. According to the city of Saskatoon, a group of teenage boys entered the sewer and then it began to rain. 3 of them were unable to escape, but the remaining boy was washed into a different direction, which had bars covering the outfall. After a Saskatoon police officer held up the teen's head for 2 hours, fire crews were able to remove the bars and rescue him safely.
Unless you're a qualified individual and this is where you belong for work, just stay clear, keep clear. These are not places to explore. And, I can't speak to the motivation of the individuals from the weekend and why they were there, but it's not a place for having fun and going exploring.
The city says all sewer outpours like this one are intended to have a grate to prevent access, and anyone who sees damaged grates is asked to contact the city's customer care line. The Saskatchewan NDP is calling on 2 cabinet ministers to personally come visit Saskatoon's 20th Street West, where poverty, homelessness and addictions are an everyday struggle.
People need support. They shouldn't have to live like this. I want to see everybody have a roof over their heads, not a tarp over their heads. Right? This is ridiculous in Saskatchewan, such a wealthy province, that this is happening.
In a letter, the NDP blames the government for closing prairie harm reduction. The province is firing back, saying the NDP is trying to mislead the public. The decision to close prairie harm reduction was made by the organization's own board, not the province. The government of Saskatchewan has never funded the supervised consumption site, but did provide money for its other programs. The government cut that funding in late March, days before prairie harm reduction shut down. In an email, the province says ministers have engaged with Saskatoon's 20th Street corridor and will continue to do so, saying, quote, while the opposition continues to focus on multiple daily press conferences, our government prioritizes working towards community solutions. 4-time PGA Tour winner and broadcaster is hosting a tournament at Dakota Dunes this week. Flags were raised at the opening ceremony of the Nota Begay III Western Canadian Championship. Begay founded his foundation in 2005 and has hosted several tournaments since, working to create more opportunities for Indigenous golfers and improve access to the sport. He's from Albuquerque, New Mexico, but says Canada has a soft spot in his heart after spending 2 years on the Canadian tour early in his professional career. During his time at Dakota Dunes, Begay will also meet with Indigenous youth, sharing lessons from both golf and life.
I just try and equip them with some ideas and an understanding that they're not alone, number one, that they are important, and that golf is a great way to utilize their time if they have access to the sport, which is what we're trying to do through our series.
The top finishers at this year's tournament will go to compete at Begay's National Championship in Louisiana in November. Researchers at the University of Guelph say they have found a super bean that could hold up in harsh growing conditions. Karis Mapp explains the help they got from artificial intelligence.
You will see the differences, and that's the magic of the AI.
Artificial intelligence is helping bean breeders from the University of Guelph harvest a high-end legume.
I call it super beans because I think we are at some point that we can get the best juice out of the data with the help of using AI.
Advanced technology developed by the team at the Ontario Agricultural College speeds up the selection process when crossbreeding seeds.
We are the first breeding program that we are using hybrid AI.
Taking 40 years of archived program data, combining it with published academic papers, and putting it all in one place. That's how Bean GPT was formed.
It's about taking the enormous amount of data that we have through genomic analysis and then making decisions about what varieties to start crossing to achieve what outcome.
I think it's important that we're using the technology that we have for things that will help people in the future.
Thousands of beans, including the AI-influenced ones, were on display at the college's Elora growing facility for the public to enjoy.
Industry partners, governments, farmers, growers, students, all the researchers just coming and see what we are doing as a plant breeder and computational biologist here at the university.
It hasn't exactly been an easy growing season. From severe thunderstorms to swings in extreme heat and even wildfire smoke, all of which can impact how these beans grow.
AI told us that this one is better because it can, better actually tolerate to different climate variables and variations.
Once they're ready to hit the market, the super beans could revolutionize the growing business.
Every dollar invested in research translates into about $40 of commercial value for a farmer. And so, for the sector, this is a really impactful number.
Karis Mapp, CTV News, Elora.
When we come back, first responders engage in some friendly competition for a good cause. Jasmine Pelche previews the Terry Fox First Responders Relay.
Joining me is Chelsea, who is co-chair for the Terry Fox Run in Prince Albert. They have a First Responders Relay coming up on September 12th as part of the campaign. So what exactly is the First Responders Relay?
So our First Responders Relay race is going to be held at the Harry Jerome track. Basically, this year we have 3 teams for sure. It's the Prince Albert Police Department, Prince Albert Fire Department, and Parkland Ambulance. It gets quite competitive between the 3 teams. They get bragging rights for the whole year, so they're very gung-ho to win it. And basically, it's a 4x100 relay race, and they bring a $500 donation for each of them. So it's a $1,500 fundraiser towards our run, which is absolutely amazing. They bring out their families and other colleagues. They give up their day off to come and do this run. And yeah, it's just a 4x100 relay race, and whoever wins gets to take home the trophy and get their name put on for the year that they won it and get the bragging rights for the year.
You say it's pretty competitive between the different groups there. Do you see the same first responders coming out year after year to do the relay? Does that sort of hand itself to the competition? Or?
Yeah, a lot of the years we have the same first responders come out. A lot of the time they try and get their young guys to come out and represent, because as they get older you get slower. So, but yeah, we see this, like the last few years have been the same people, so it gets quite competitive between the 3 teams.
Yeah, no kidding. Who was the champion last year?
It was the Prince Albert Police Service that won it last year. So
If someone's like wanting to, just go out for the fundraiser, how does the donation thing work outside of the first responders groups bringing money in?
Yeah, so we'll have our t-shirt sales set up that day. So all of our 2026 t-shirts, they'll look just like this one, but they'll be gray. The red ones are just for survivors. We have tons of sizes from youth medium to triple XL. So we'll have those set up. We'll have pledge sheets, a donation box, everything set up, and it's free for everybody to come cheer on your first responders.
If someone's looking to find out more information about the First Responders Relay, where can they go?
So everything will be posted on our Terry Fox Prince Albert Facebook page and Instagram page about everything leading up to that.
Is there anything else about the relay that we might not have spoken about that it's important to get across?
Well, it started in 1992, and I believe it went to about 2005, and then we couldn't get it back running until about 2015. So I think this is the 12th annual relay, First Responders Relay Race. And when we did get it back running, the trophy was donated by Malcolm Jenkins. So they get their name on a little plaque on the trophy every year that they win.
Oh, there's a little bit of background information on the relay. If you're looking for more information, you know where to find it. Thank you for joining me, Chelsea.
Absolutely.
After the break, Jeff has a look at weather conditions and a potential shift in how doctors treat cancer using genetic testing. So, Jeff, a nice mid to late August week, and really a quiet one as you kind of look at the weather systems across the country.
Really, it really is that way. So, well, it's certainly, I can't say across the country, John, because they are going to be getting some stormy weather in Ontario and parts of Quebec. There's a system that's moving through there, and it looks like it could be a rainy week in Atlantic Canada. But across the west, now it's not entirely what we want. Hey, let's face it, we want some rain. There is some rain coming, but obviously we need a lot more to be dealing with the wildfire situation in British Columbia and parts of the NWT. But basically what we've got going on is dry conditions there, but certainly there's the big heat dome down in the U.S. helping to push some of that hot air up towards the prairie provinces, and we're certainly feeling that now. Temperatures are getting warmer as we go along. Right now, the heat sort of tricking the radar into thinking something's out there, so that's a little bit of something going on. But we do have an area sort of just along the Alberta-Saskatchewan border and then into a large part of Saskatchewan, which at risk for some thunderstorm activity. And we certainly have a line of that showing up in the next 24 hours as it crosses through Saskatchewan, sort of developing and kaboom, making its way across. But right now, sort of isolated in nature in terms of the areas that are going to be impacted. And the wind picks up a little bit tomorrow, but not super strong winds. Okay, let's take a look and see what we've got going on with these numbers. 13 degrees for Spiritwood overnight, the same for the Battlefords and Candle Lake, Birch Hills, Melfort. The Rostern at 14 degrees, 13, or rather I mentioned Melfort already, but 12 for Nipawin. So most of these locations dealing with partly cloudy skies, there's a risk of a thunderstorm and a chance of some showers. But as I mentioned, if the showers are going to be isolated in nature, so you can't really say, yeah, it's going to be a deluge or a downpour in one particular area. We've got ourselves mainly cloudy skies tomorrow for Spiritwood, 24 degrees, a similar sky condition for the Battlefords, but 26 for a high. 24 and mainly cloudy in Candle Lake and Birch Hills. Rostern 25 with mainly cloudy skies. Nipawin, one of those locations that might see some shower activity tomorrow, 22 for a high. And Melfort, mainly cloudy and 23 degrees. For the gateway city, here we go. We've got ourselves temperatures of 14 degrees in the overnight. Increasing cloud tonight, so a chance of some showers. And the wind's shifting around. In fact, it's going to be a shifty sort of situation with the wind as we make our way into tomorrow as well. But a chance of showers and a risk of a thunderstorm tonight. And then tomorrow we've got ourselves mainly cloudy skies, 24 degrees. And as I mentioned, we southeasterly winds at 15, and they shift around from the north. So it is a ever-changing situation with the wind in the next 24 hours. But it's not strong winds, and that's good news. 26 degrees tomorrow for for Wednesday, 24 degrees, 26 though on Thursday. Friday, mainly sunny and 24. 27 on Saturday and Sunday, so a couple of points above seasonal. Starting off the work week with a slight chance of showers, 23 degrees, and then back into mainly sunny skies and back into seasonal or warmer temperatures on Tuesday.
All right, Jeff, a rapid fire response with all that relatively good weather and not too much before we hit into the fall and then into the winter. What outdoor activity have you missed out on this summer?
This summer, water skiing.
Okay, and for me, paddle boarding. So
okay,
I still have time.
Okay, true enough.
There you go. All right, Jeff. Well, in addition to the hole-in-one from a Regina golfer at the Special Olympics Summer Games in Medicine Hat, athletes and coaches from Special Olympics Prince Albert made their mark for Team Saskatchewan. Darren Whitehead coached the athletics team that brought home 10 total medals, including 2 gold. In basketball, coaches Debbie Ross and Jeff Hanna joined Thomas Beam on their way to a bronze medal. In bocce, Tanner Svensson's gold medal helped Team Saskatchewan take home a total of 24 gold, 19 silver, and 20 bronze medals. The next Special Olympics Summer Games will be held in 2030, the host city announced at a later date. The ink is still drying on 3 new contracts, securing some Saskatchewan Rush veterans ahead of the new NLL season. Today, the Rush announced a 3-year deal with transition defender Mike Messenger. He leads the franchise in loose balls, penalty minutes, and blocked shots, while also contributing on offense. Last season, he picked up 20 points, 7 of them goals. Last week, the Rush locked down Robert Church and Ryan Keenan. Church was offered the franchise tag, which gives him a premium salary, but delays hitting the open market as a free agent by 1 year. Ryan Keenan has been the team's captain since 2023, and he won an NLL championship with the team in 2018.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
A new study points to a possible shift in how doctors treat cancer. Researchers have found expanded genetic testing can identify treatment options that could be missed if not for the test. Retta Ishmael explains.
Researchers at London Health Sciences Centre followed more than 500 patients with a wide range of cancers. Their tumors underwent expanded genetic testing, looking at hundreds of cancer-related genes at once. The result, nearly 1 in 3 patients became eligible for a treatment option that may not have otherwise been available.
2 patients with the same cancer type don't actually have the same cancer, and currently they may receive the exact same therapy. By being able to point to specific mutations that can be targeted by targeted therapies, not only is it going to improve that patient journey, but will allocate the resource for treatment of these patients by our government in a more appropriate way.
The testing found a clinically relevant genetic change in 79% of patients, meaning there was a mutation that could potentially be targeted with a specific therapy.
This machine prepares the DNA.
The study also opened doors to treatment options that had previously been unavailable, including clinical trials, off-label therapies, and compassionate access programs.
We had patients of all different disease types, and they were all looking for hope, looking for additional therapeutic options. And we're in an age now of personalized medicine or precision medicine. We're trying to find unique characteristics of the cancer that we could target with specific drugs.
The study, which was conducted in a real-world Canadian setting, helped identify effective treatments earlier, potentially reducing the need for more costly cancer drugs later on. And in some cases, the order of treatments was changed to help patients receive the most appropriate therapy at the right time. The research team is continuing to track patients to better understand the long-term impact of expanded genetic testing. Retta Ismail, CTV News.
The use of artificial intelligence weapon scanners is having a positive effect preventing dangerous items from entering the Winnipeg Health Sciences Centre. The healthcare provider says between March 2025 and the beginning of August, AI flagged more than 1,970 items, including knives, box cutters, syringes, drugs, and alcohol. It says the system also flags items that are not weapons like nail files or medical equipment. But the president of the Union of Nurses in Manitoba says the technology is effective and should be introduced at more hospitals.
I think it's really cut down the number of weapons that they're seeing at HSC. However, we are still seeing more weapons and a growing number of weapons at the other facilities. So that's why I've been advocating for IA scanners at every facility in Winnipeg, or every facility that is experiencing increased violence and weapons.
She adds nurses have been telling her safety has improved significantly over the last year. Dutch police are trying to solve a 3-year-old mystery that may have a Canadian connection.
Elke dag ligt hij hier op zijn bed. Ze noemen hem Lucky.
The man known as Lucky was in Amsterdam in 2023 when he collapsed and suffered a severe brain injury. He now lives in a care facility. Lucky did get some of his speech back, but he's not able to tell investigators his name or story, and he has no identification on him. Based on investigation, police believe he's extremely wealthy and may be a Canadian based on his accent. They say he was known by a variety of names, including Chris the Canadian. Police are releasing this footage in the hope that someone recognizes and can identify him. All right, Jeff, let's get a little bit smaller here. Okay. Here's a miniature model making a big impact on Simpsons fans. Mark Hagen-Gyrie spent over 3 years building this miniature Springfield from The Simpsons. He created all 76 buildings by hand using MDF paper and 3D printed parts. He calls it the biggest, smallest model of Springfield ever made. All the iconic locations are there, like Quickie Mart, Moe's Tavern, and Krusty Burger. Jeff, do you have a favorite out of all those locations if you were to build it?
You know, Krusty Burger's got to be it, you know?
I think.
What about the comic shop? What's it called? I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, the dungeon. Something about the dungeon.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, dungeons and whatever. But the one I was thinking is you got to have on that plaque, a noble spirit embiggens the smallest.